Look at this motorcycle. Round headlight, parallel twin engine, upright bars, chrome details. It looks like it rolled straight out of 1965. But it didn't. It was built last year, and underneath that vintage shell is a fuel-injected engine, ABS brakes, traction control, and a full LED lighting system. This is the modern classic, and right now it is one of the most popular segments in the entire motorcycle market. Today on Throttle Planet, we are going to explore where this genre came from, how it evolved, and which bikes are currently leading the pack in 2025. To understand the modern classic, you need to go back to the 1950s and 60s, the golden age of British motorcycling. Brands like Triumph, BSA, and Norton dominated the roads and the racetracks. Their machines were simple, characterful, and beautifully proportioned. The Triumph Bonneville, launched in 1959, became the benchmark. A bike named after the Bonneville Salt Flats, where Johnny Allen had set a land speed record just 2 years earlier. Through the 70s and 80s, Japanese manufacturers took over the market with faster, cheaper, and more reliable machines. The British industry largely collapsed, and those classic designs faded from production. But the demand for that aesthetic never went away. When Triumph was relaunched in 1990 under John Bloor, one of the first decisions was clear: bring back the Bonneville. The 2001 Bonneville T100 was essentially the opening shot of what we now call the modern classic era, a retro-styled bike with a modern, reliable drivetrain underneath. It worked, and other manufacturers noticed. So what exactly defines a modern classic? It is not simply a bike that looks old. There are 3 core principles at work. First, visual heritage. The proportions, the shapes, the details all reference a specific era. Round headlights, exposed engines, minimal bodywork, spoke wheels, chrome accents. The visual language is deliberately nostalgic. Second, modern engineering. Under the skin, these bikes are entirely contemporary. Fuel injection instead of carburetors. ABS is standard. Euro 5 compliant engines. Ride-by-wire throttle systems. The reliability and safety of a 2025 machine. Third, emotional connection. This is perhaps the most important element. These bikes feel approachable. They are not intimidating. They do not demand a racing tuck or a high-revving commitment. They reward a relaxed, confident riding style, and they look exceptional doing it. The combination creates something genuinely unique, a motorcycle that satisfies both the rational brain and the emotional one. The modern classic segment has grown dramatically over the past decade. What started as a niche play by Triumph has become a battleground for almost every major manufacturer. Triumph now fields an entire family, from the entry-level Speed 400 at roughly $6,000 all the way up to the Thruxton 1200, which was recently discontinued and is already attracting collector interest. Royal Enfield has arguably become the most significant force in this space by volume. Their 350 cubic centimeters and 650 cubic centimeters models offer genuine retro character at price points that undercut European competitors significantly. The 2025 Classic 650 is considered by many as their strongest product to date. BMW counters with the R9T family, anchored by the iconic air and oil-cooled Boxer engine, a configuration that has defined BMW's identity since 1923. The R129T, launched in 2024, refines this formula with updated chassis dynamics while keeping everything enthusiasts love about the original. Ducati brings Italian flair through the Scrambler lineup. Accessible, characterful, and endlessly customizable. Moto Guzzi offers shaft-drive Italian alternatives with the V7 range. And Honda quietly revived the CB series with the CB1000 and the smaller GB350, a bike that has found a massive audience, particularly in Asian markets. Even Kawasaki and Yamaha play in this space, with the W800 and the XSR series respectively. The modern classic is no longer a niche, it is a core segment. Triumph Bonneville T120. The patriarch, the bike that started it all in the modern era. The T120 runs a 1,200 cubic centimeter parallel twin, producing around 80 horsepower, wrapped in styling that references the original 1959 model almost directly. It is not the most powerful bike in its class. That is not the point. It handles beautifully, sounds wonderful, and carries an emotional weight that numbers cannot quantify. UK pricing starts around £12,000. Royal Enfield Classic 650. Launched in 2025, the Classic 650 represents Royal Enfield's most mature product. It takes the reliable 648 cubic centimeter parallel twin from the Continental GT and Interceptor and places it inside the most classically styled body in their lineup. At its price point, significantly below European alternatives, it represents perhaps the best value in the entire modern classic segment. 46 horsepower, a smooth character, and genuine 1950s aesthetic credibility. BMW R129T. If the Triumph represents British heritage, the R129T represents German engineering philosophy. The 1,170 cubic centimeter boxer engine sits exposed between the frame legs, air and oil cooled, producing 95 horsepower in a package that is deliberately raw and tactile. BMW even named the two riding modes rock and roll, which tells you something about the brand's sense of self-awareness with this machine. Ducati Scrambler Icon. The Scrambler is Ducati making itself accessible. The L-twin engine with ride-by-wire, a TFT display, and genuine Italian character. At a price point below the Panigale family, it has become one of the most popular bases for custom builds globally, which speaks to both its visual simplicity and its mechanical integrity. Triumph Speed 400. Possibly the most significant modern classic launch of the past 5 years. A 400 cubic centimeter single-cylinder liquid-cooled machine producing 40 horsepower, designed and developed in the UK but built in India in partnership with Bajaj. The Speed 400 opens the modern classic experience to a completely new generation of riders at a price that removes a traditional barrier to entry, an instant bestseller since its 2024 launch. If you are considering a modern classic, there are a few things worth thinking through. Decide what matters most to you. If aesthetics and brand heritage drive the decision, Triumph or BMW are hard to argue against. If value and practicality are priorities, Royal Enfield has transformed itself into a genuinely compelling option. If character and Italian provenance matter, Ducati and Moto Guzzi both deliver. Consider the engine size relative to your riding context. The 400 cubic centimeter machines are exceptional for urban riding and newer riders. The 650 cubic centimeter class offers the broadest versatility. The 1,000 cubic centimeter plus options deliver more performance, but can feel excessive in daily use. And consider longevity. Modern classics hold their value exceptionally well compared to sport bikes. Some, like the Triumph Thruxton Final Edition, are already appreciating. Buying into this segment is rarely a bad financial decision. The modern classic exists because we are simultaneously drawn forward and backward. We want the technology of today, but we miss the soul of yesterday. These bikes do not compromise between those two instincts. They resolve them. They prove that good design does not expire, that the proportions which looked right in 1959 still look right in 2025, that a round headlight and a parallel twin engine can feel just as relevant today as they ever did. Which modern classic would you choose? Let us know in the comments. And if you want to see a full review of any of the bikes we covered today, subscribe and leave a comment below. We read everyone. This is Throttle Planet. Ride safe.